is the little cracker box known as Hadaway Shack, and tonight it hosts another great NIC contest as the Marian Knights take on the undefeated John Adams Eagles on the 46th game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us on a Friday night and Saturday morning of high school basketball on TV 46. Bob, the Marian Knights have a little bit different team than they expected to see when the season ended last year. That said, Rob Berger still has a bunch of talent. He's got a senior guard in Jerry Bracey and a lot of freshmen and sophomores who are gaining experience on the fly.
He's got, again, a little bit of a nice mix. He's got some very young players, and they're going to be together for a long time. But he's also got a little bit of experience even in the sophomore class. Kaleo Kakalea played a lot last year, had some big games for Marian, gives him a little size inside. But Jerry Bracey's the man. They got to count on him. He's got to be looking for the ball. He's got to stay out of foul trouble and look for Adams to try to really defend him, especially when he tries to get to the basket.
Meanwhile, Chad Johnston's Adams Eagles are undefeated at this stage of the season for the first time in 7 years. One of the reasons is they played a lot of sophomores last year on the varsity. Those kids are juniors now and very experienced and very good.
And Chad Johnston, another one. It's hard to say these guys are the veteran coaches in the area, but Chad's been coaching for a long time. And he's in his third year here at Adams, and I think that really has the team comfortable with what he's trying to teach. Fuentes Columbus is going to be a key player for him. He's got to really be a leader out there on the floor and take the coach's game plan and get it executed on the floor.
Bo Hunt working the sidelines with us again tonight. Bo, our second NIC game of the week. Tuesday night we saw St. Joe and Riley really push it up and down the floor. The focus was offense. Might be a different story tonight.
Yeah, we both believe, or all three of us believe, that this is going to be really a defensive battle here tonight. For Adams, we saw it last year. They're a little young, but they had a lot of speed, a lot of quickness. They got after it. They just didn't quite understand their spacing. They're a little bit older this year, so they understand a little bit more. And then on Marian's side, they'd like to move the ball. If it was Rob Berger's choice, they would move that ball, pass that ball, not hold it, and be still with the ball. Offensively, they really want to move that ball and create some shots with the ball.
Should be a fun one here on the east side of South Bend. We'll get you ready for it with the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win next as the 46th game of the week rolls on.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Intera Credit Union, South Bend Orthopedics, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, Teachers Credit Union, IU South Bend, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technology, and the IHSAA.
Friends, this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Always a great atmosphere when we come to Hadaway Shack tonight. No different as we get you ready for Marian and John Adams in our NIC class tonight. Time now to look at our keys to win, brought to you by the aforementioned Jordan Auto Group. When you talk about this Marian team with Jaden Ivey gone now, the focus falls to Jerry Bracey. The 6'2 senior guard has really taken the mantle of leadership, become a more vocal leader. He's also doing it on the court. 19 points and 7.5 rebounds a game and leads the team with 13 assists. He'll get some help, though, on the inside from Kaleo Kakalea, the 6'4 sophomore. Double-double waiting to happen. He averages 12.5 points, 8.5 rebounds a game, and really has a tremendous upside to him. The keys to win for Rob Berger and the Knights.
Well, number one, they have to limit their turnovers, and do that by being patient, being smart, passing the basketball, and creating good opportunities. They've also got to, they want to take this outside. By that we mean they want to take Adams out away from the basket and try to get them to shoot three-pointers. It's not their strong suit. And they got to be iron workers. They got to get on the backboard, get the rebounds over Adams. Rob Berger, can you believe it? 22nd season and a record of 301 and 176.
I think it should be a good game. You know, Adams is, off to a really good start. They've got a really good team. They've got what you need, shoot, perimeter-wise and inside guys. And, playing here even makes it tougher. So it'll be a real good test for us tonight.
Meanwhile, for the John Adams Eagles, boy, look at this junior class, you could take it just about any one of them, but the point guard is Quintez Columbus. The 5'10 junior is the leading scorer on the team at 15 points a game, and he also leads them in assists and steals. He's kind of the spark to the engine, but they've got a new face on the inside who has really shown up, and that's the 6'4 junior Braden Saxton. He's a transfer from Cassopolis, where he averaged a double-double a year ago, helping the Rangers get to the Elite Eight. And this year, well, he's almost averaging a double-double again, 12 points and 9 rebounds a game. Keys to win for Chad Johnson and the Eagles.
Well, as usual with Chad Johnson, he wants his team to give him 32 minutes of defense. Can't take any plays off against the Marian Knights. Number 2, they got to win that rebounding battle. That's going to be a battle, and a lot of fun to watch that inside. And they got to find the flow on offense and do that by, again, staying within the game plan that Coach Johnson has, and counting on the leadership of Quintez Columbus and Chuck Worsham at the guard. Now, Chad Johnson, in his 18th season, really going to benefit from the veteran group that he brings out here tonight.
Oh, tremendous, a lot. And I told him that last year a lot. We'd lose a couple close games, and this year, when push comes to shove, per se, the kids step up. And that's what I really like to see, especially in practice, too. When you see it in practice, leadership, that you really didn't see a lot last year. The kids didn't really get on one another, and they're really holding each other accountable, where I don't always have to be the one to do that. So it's really nice to have that right now, in some leadership, not just 1 or 2 guys, but 3 or 4, which is really nice.
So there you have it. It's time to bang the drum and get going with this NIC tilt. Marian and Adams square off here at Hadaway Shack next on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. We get it because we live here too. Time now for the starting lineups between Marian and Adams. Here's Bob Nagel.
And the Marian High School starting lineup brought to you by Christensen's Furniture, where affordability meets style. Starting for the Marian Knights, a freshman gets the start at a guard. That's Declan Sullivan, 5'9" freshman. He'll wear number 1. Number 5, Jerry Bracey. He's a 6'2" senior. Number 23 is Michael Buffman. He's a 6'1" senior. He'll be playing at a guard. 6'3" junior Mitchell Menting wears number 12. He'll be at a forward, along with 6'4" sophomore Kaleo Kakalea. He'll wear number 14 for Marian. John Adams starting lineups brought to you by St. Andrews Products, where the answer is always yes. And for the Adams Eagles, number 3 is Chuck Worsham. He's a 5'10" junior guard. Quintez Columbus is a 5'10" junior. He wears number 11. He's the quarterback on that offense for Adams. Braden Saxton is a 6'4" junior. He wears number 2. And number 4 is Lynn King. He'll start at a forward, 6'3" junior. And number 22 is Sidney Jeffries, 6' senior, who will start at a forward. So there's a look at the starting lineups. And again, we're just eager to bring you this game between the John Adams Eagles and the Marian Knights. Big NIC clash. Important game for this early in the season.
These two teams go back to playing each other in 1970. Adams with a rather lopsided lead in the series, 24-9, but Marian won last year at the Knights Castle, 63-61 in a honey of a game. We hope this one will live up to it. Our officials tonight, you've got Doug Wilcox working with Greg Humiston and Zach Sliwa. Marian is in the royal blue with the white numbers and the silver letters. Adams in the home whites with the red and blue numbers, and we are ready to go from Hadaway Shack. Glad you've joined us on YouTube, Facebook, and on TV 46. The tap controlled by the Marian Knights, who come in 1-1. They lost to Fort Wayne Lures last Saturday, 52-48, then beat New Prairie Tuesday night by a count of 65-47. Man-to-man defense employed by Adams. Michael Boffman over on the far side with the basketball. Lost it out of bounds. It'll be John Adams' ball.
Pretty good pressure right out the bat by Columbus, the 5'10" junior.
Adams is 3-0 coming in, 1-0 in the NIC. They beat Plymouth 60-41. Beat Fort Wayne Northrop here last Saturday, 66-54, and Tuesday night handled Elkhart Central 62-49. Chuck Worsham over to Lynn King for 3. Ring it up. King hits his first 3 of the year in 6 attempts, and the Eagles take the early lead.
Harburger over here saying, hey, we said in the scouting report, let him shoot. Made every one of them tonight.
Jerry Bracy kicks it out to Bothman in the corner. Bothman needs help. Worsham saved it. Columbus couldn't.
2 turnovers early for the Marian Knights. Evidently, they didn't listen to our keys to win.
Well, you see very early on the quickness of this Adams team defensively. And one of the reasons that has improved a lot in terms of their play this season. Here's Sullivan, the freshman. Now Bracy double teamed in the corner. Sullivan's baseline jumper is off, but he gets his own rebound. Bothman likes it out there, couldn't connect. Kakalia with the offensive carom.
I love those offensive rebounds.
And a foul called on Chuck Worsham, his first and the first on Adams. You take a look at Chad Johnston, Clay grad, coached at Washington for 15 years and now has spent the last 3 here at Adams, where he's 29 and 26 at the helm of the Eagles.
Quite a resume for Chad Johnston. Played on a state championship team at Clay, national championship game at Bethel.
Bothman misfires, Worsham with the rebound. King hit that early 3. You see Marian in a 1-3-1 zone and a kick called there, so Adams will retain possession.
We'd like to thank Bruno's Pizza for providing dinner for our production crew tonight. The team at Bruno's wishes the athletes in tonight's game all the best of luck. They're located on Mishawaka Avenue and Ironwood. Been in business since 1975, 7 local locations.
Braden Saxton with the layup. The big 6'4" junior with his first bucket of the night. It's 5-0 Adams. Jerry Bracy on the dribble, likes to drive, does it well, but couldn't finish. The rebound comes down and put up and in by Mitchell Menting. Menting, the junior, gets the putback, and we have a whistle, and I believe they're going to talk to Bracy about a possible delay of game there.
Menting, 6'3" junior.
See a little 2-2-1 press here from Marian. Worsham was able to handle it well. Saxton, 15-footer. Off the mark, and Bracy wide open for the rebound. Bothman, hawked by Columbus. Bracy doesn't take a lot of threes and missed that one. But look at Marian crash the glass again, and Bothman puts it up and in. Boy, rebounding had been a strength for this Adams team coming in here. But in the early going, Marian is having its way on the offensive glass. Columbus from 15. That's good.
Marian with 4 offensive rebounds already in the game.
Quintez Columbus, the leading scorer on this Adams squad at 15 a game, gets his first basket of the night. Bracy, and Sidney Jeffries draws that defensive assignment, but he's getting a lot of help. Bracy driving on Jeffries with the left, misses, and the rebound controlled by Bothman. Bracy reverse layup is good. He is just so agile and angular around the basket. At the other end, Jeffries has it knocked back in his face, but out of bounds. It'll be Adams' ball.
Bracy's a scorer, so he'll find a way to get that ball in the basket. Good free throw shooter.
Take a look at Kaleo Kakalia playing defense on Lynn King here as Adams looks to trigger the inbound. It'll be Worsham who sets it up on the outside. Adams with nothing but juniors on the floor right now. Saxton down low. They like the big fella in that spot, but he couldn't hit over Kakalia. And Sullivan comes away with a rebound, fouled by Columbus.
Well, you hate to see somebody give up a foul that far away from the basket.
First on Tez and the second on the Eagles. As you see Chad Johnston talking to the official on the far side. Bracy stopped his dribble for no apparent reason. Kakalia had to come bail him out. Look at Sullivan, and the handle's on him, and he got mugged by Saxton on the way in.
Took a little courage to drive into the paint. Big fella's waiting for him in there, and they got him right on the wrist.
You'll get another look on the replay from South Bend Orthopedics, who also sponsors our first quarter tonight. Deglin Sullivan is a perfect 4-4 now at the line this season. A 5'9" freshman who played at St. Anthony's along with number 2 on Marian, Darian Thornton. And if the name Sullivan's familiar, well, you've probably watched a little bit of St. Joe basketball over the year. His brothers and sisters have played there. In fact, his sister Keegan, a senior on that St. Joe girls team. Columbus for 3 is off the mark. Gracie soared in to get the rebound. Marian with an 8-7 lead. Sullivan tried to drive baseline. Columbus shut him off. So now they've moved Columbus over from Boffman to guarding Sullivan. We'll see if that frees Boffman up a little bit. Bracy working on King, had it stripped away, but got it back. Menting, did he charge? Travel.
Had to be one or the other, Chuck, and probably the better thing for Marian was they called him for travel.
Well, we mentioned Darian Thornton, and he checks in now for Marian to take the place of Mitchell Menting. More 2-2-1 pressure from the Knights.
Third turnover against Marian, Eagles with 1.
After that 5-0 start, Adams has lacked some offensive flow here. We'll see if Jeffries can get him going. King in the corner, needs help. Calling for it, finally gets it out to Saxton at half court. That 2-3 zone from Marian, which Rob Berger has employed for a good long time, bedeviling the Eagles here.
Sometimes it can look like a 1-3-1 too. They will adjust depending on who's got the ball out top.
You may remember in the keys to win, we talked about Marian wanting to push Adams outside. Well, that's not what they wanted. The penetration by Worsham finds Jeffries for the bucket and the bump.
Great penetration created the opportunity, and Jeffries went strong to the hoop.
He split right between Bracy and Sullivan, and once that guard gets inside the zone like that, it creates some chaos. Called a foul on Kaleo Kakalia, his first, and Sidney Jeffries, a 50% foul shooter, misses that one. But an offensive rebound for Eagles.
First one of those for Adams tonight. They have 2 rebounds. Marian with 5 offensive boards in this game already.
Columbus shut off there. And Chad Johnston calls another play from the bench. They get inside to King. He really had to swing the elbows just to get it out of there. Marian really collapsing that zone down. But Saxton got the ball down low, and he's trouble down there. Couldn't hit. King knocks it out of bounds. It's Marian's ball with 91 seconds left in the quarter. Reminder, Intera Credit Union is our scoreboard sponsor. Intera, they get it because they live here too. Kakalia with Saxton all over him.
He had some big games for Marian last year, especially the performance he turned in against Penn.
Gracie can't convert. Saxton the rebound. This is what Adams likes to do offensively. But Worsham threw it away.
Turnover number 2 on Adams. Marian with 3.
You see Saxton and Worsham go to the bench. Coming in for Adams, that's Kyron McClatchy right there. This is his first action of the season. He's finally been cleared coming back from a knee injury. And they're hoping McClatchy can give them something of an offensive spark here tonight. He came in along with TJ Williams. Steele And the go-ahead pass to Columbus stolen away by Sullivan.
Had the play, Sullivan knocked it away and then knew where it was going, got there first.
Sullivan muscles his way through the lane for 2. The freshman has 4. At the other end, a tripping call against Marian.
It's against Bracey.
And that's the first on Jerry. So Adams will inbounds underneath their offensive basket. Let's see if they look for 24 McClatchy here. Chad Johnston says he's his best field goal shooter on the team. King tried to thread it in there, and it's stolen away by Marian. Knights have numbers. Bracey hung on to it even though he was pressured from behind. And Michael Bothman will pull it out. Let's see if they hold for 1. The freshmen Sullivan and Thornton play catch. Sullivan looking for the shot. Now Bracey will take it and make it. Jerry Bracey with 4 in the quarter and a very solid first quarter defensively for the Marian Knights. They come into Hadaway's shack and put together a 12-9 lead after 1 here on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. Time to get our first Bills Heating sideline report of the night. Bo Hunt is courtside this evening. Bo, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, the one thing that sticks out for both sides offensively is both teams have 4 guys in the scorer's book on each side. And then you look at the defensive side, what we talked about earlier, both teams are doing kind of exactly what we thought. Marian's playing that zone, kind of sagging it back in, letting Adams take those threes from the outside. And then on Adams' side, they're playing off of Bracey, letting him have that outside shot, but trying to take away that drive, that dribble penetration. But Bracey's being able to do it somewhat and get a kickoff on it, though, guys.
All right, thank you, Bo. Chad Johnston told me at practice Wednesday, Bob, they've really had problems getting into an offensive flow this year. That showed again in the first quarter.
It did. They only had 8 shots in the first quarter, hit 4 of them. It's a good percentage, but only 8 shots. Marian in the first quarter with 12 shots. They hit 5 of them.
Holding call down low. Darian Thornton, the 6'3 freshman, giving up a lot of size down there to TJ Mitchell. And he made up for it by holding it. First on Thornton, third on the Knights here in the first half. Columbus and Jeffries playing catch outside that 2-3 zone. Jeffries down low to Mitchell for 2. Nice feed.
Nice feed, nice finish.
Actually, that's Jesse Morgan wearing 34 tonight. So Morgan with his first basket of the game. Averages 5 points a contest. On the drive, it's Sullivan for 2. The freshman showing some quickness there off the dribble. And another turnover by Adams. Worsham will check back in for the Eagles, who trail by 3.
Turnover number 5 on the Eagles.
They came in averaging 13 turnovers a game, so this is above their rate right now. Bracey had Sullivan cutting through, but instead took it back outside. Now Sullivan in the corner for 3. He has 9. And Marian with its biggest lead here on the road by 6. The Eagles trying to wake up and do something here. Morgan found King, who lost it out of bounds off his knee.
Adams just not getting a shot on a lot of their possessions. Turnover number 6 on the Eagles. Marian with 4.
Marian just looking very confident out there right now and running its offense.
Leading on the boards as well, 8-3.
Bracy showing the handles outside, now takes it down the lane for two. The guards for Marian are dominating this game right now. They have 15 of the 19 points for the Knights.
Bracy loves to penetrate, likes to drive to the basket. Adams knew that, but they haven't been able to get in front of him yet.
They've been trying to play off of him and still not quick enough to guard him. Morgan with the head and shoulder fake, gives it off to Columbus. He'll slash in but miss. Kakalia the rebound. Knights want to run, but Sullivan can't flag that one down. Chad Johnston will go back to his bench and put Braden Saxton back in for Lynn King.
Folks, you want to be part of something greater than yourself and become a globally minded critical thinker? Apply by December 15th for the esteemed International Baccalaureate Magnet Program at John Adams High School. Do it by visiting adams.sp.school.
Nice little alley-oop to Saxton that time, who lays it in off the glass. Braden now with 4. Columbus trying to guard Sullivan, tipped away by Worsham, but he lost it back. Bracy down the left side. No good. Sullivan the rebound, no good. Worsham comes away with it. Adams has numbers, and Worsham had it knocked out of bounds.
Another offensive board in there for Marian.
Elijah Davis knocks it away as you look at Rob Berger. 301 wins in his 22-year career. Also coached at Wawasee and Mishawaka. Assisted for Mark Johnson. Assisted for Ron Heklinski at one time in his career. And another inexplicable turnover for Adams.
Boy, and they got off to a good start. They now have 8 turnovers here in the first half. Marian with 5, and it's one of the reasons that Adams been limited. They've taken 11 shots in the entire ball game so far.
Had nearly as many turnovers as shots. Here's Menting for 3. That's off the mark. Saxton the rebound. Midway through the second quarter, Marian leads by 6. Coming up at halftime, you'll meet our TCU student athletes, and we'll have halftime stats and highlights.
Pointing out some of the Adams issues going on so far, but
that'll help Quintez Columbus. Hits his 4th three-pointer of the year. He has 5, and that cut the lead in half. Kakalia kicks it back outside. Bracy for 3. The iron unkind, and Kakalia went over the back for his second foul.
Bracy was left open, and that's part of the game plan for Adams. If you want to take a 3, they're going to be a little bit willing to do that. The point I was going to make, Chuck, is that the Adams Eagles were down 6, and Marian's got the rebounding going their way, the turnovers going their way, and getting more shots, but you're only up 6. Adams hanging in there.
Columbus, I think, was thinking about an alley-oop pass, but it wasn't there. It wound up being another turnover. Bracy lucky to control it. Long 3 by Boffman is off the back iron. Here comes Adams on the run. McClatchy to Columbus. Now Morgan misses from the foul line. And the rebound, what an effort by Saxton. Did he throw it off a Marian kid? Yes, he did.
Heads up play there, good hustle.
Braden Saxton with a beautiful hustle play there to retain possession for Adams, trailing by 3. And I guess if there's good news in this half for Chad Johnston's team, it's as poorly as his team has played offensively. They're only down by 1 possession here.
Exactly right. They're shooting, again, a very good percentage in the ball game, but if they could just get shots each possession, they'd be in a lot better position.
Saxton drove from the foul line in. You get that big fella in some space, He's going to make you pay. Rob Berger knows it, and he'll take a timeout. It's sponsored by Christensen Furniture. 2:43 to go first half. It's Marian by 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by South Bend Orthopedics, the team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947, and our second quarter sponsor tonight.
Marian led 10-9 at the end of the first quarter, and so the scoring has been pretty low, and as Bo Hunt pointed out before the game, defense is going to be a big part of the outcome of tonight's game.
2:36 in counting here in the first half. Marian's lead has been shaved to 1 after a 5-0 Adams run. And a moving screen called against Marian. It'll be on the freshman Thornton, his second.
Our thanks to the team from St. Andrews Products for making our crew look good tonight. They can do the same for your school or corporation. Call them at 800-628-9922 or reach them by email at sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
Columbus trying to get the ball inside against this zone. McClatchy has it just taken away by Sullivan. The freshman leads Marian in steals this year, and then he's fouled by McClatchy as well.
A bit of frustration there, no question about it.
Boy, Declan Sullivan very good at creating chaos out on the floor defensively. And Rob Berger calls out the play Valpo from the sidelines. Marian worked on out-of-bounds plays yesterday for probably about 15 minutes in their practice.
You thought he was Steve Austin?
That's who Al Rhodes once dubbed the master of the inbounds plays. We saw Doug Ogle use quite a few at Northridge one night to win a game. Perhaps an underrated aspect of the game, scoring off those inbounds plays. Here's Bracy, what a spin for 2. Jerry Bracy has 8.
Gets in that 8 to 10 foot area, comes up with a creative way to get the ball out the backboard.
Columbus pulls the trigger and hits. We're tied at 21. Quintez with 8 tonight.
He's hit 3 of those, or he's hit rather 2 of those, and 1 2-pointer.
Bracy tried to answer at the other end. Menting stepped out of bounds trying to save the rebound. So for the first time since the early moments of the game, Adams has a chance to take the lead. And Marian switches up to the 1-3-1 zone. Columbus penetrated well. Jeffries puts it in. Sidney Jeffries' second basket of the night. And the Eagles go back up on top.
Jeffries has taken 2, made 2.
Sullivan outside the arc. And it's stolen away by Jeffries. He'll go the distance. Bracy quickly back the other way, traveled.
Turnover number 7 for the Marian Knights. Folks, Christensen Furniture is a local family-owned business serving Michiana since 1912. If you're looking for the perfect furniture for your home, Christensen Furniture has everything you need for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, home office, home theater, and more. Christensen Furniture, where affordability meets style.
Columbus again. Not that time. Saxton hustles down the rebound. He'll take the 3. That's off the mark. Ling King's effort is awry, and the first half comes to an end. A 12-2 spurt by the Adams Eagles puts them in control. Bo Hunt will have a chat with Rob Berger as Marian heads to the locker room. Here's our Bills Heating sideline report.
Rob,
Welcome back to Hadaway Shack here at Adams High School as we get a chance to meet our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com. Find out how you can become a member today. Well, with us from Adams High School is Matt Anella, and with us from Mishawaka Marian High School is Michael Boffman. And Michael, we'll talk to you first since you're the visitor. First of all, congratulations on everything you're doing. You're involved with soccer, you're involved in basketball, but you're really getting it done in the classroom.
Yeah, I mean, priorities are a big deal to me, and I may not have time for, video games or leisure time, but, sports in school takes up most of my time now.
I'll say you will someday, but right now it's the focus of taking care of everything in the classroom as well as the sports. Gives you a lot of opportunities, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, being involved in school with clubs and both basketball and soccer, it exposes me to many people and different walks of life as well, yeah.
I know you haven't picked a college yet. You're still keeping your options open. What are your thoughts about an area of study?
I plan on studying finance in college and maybe one day working on Wall Street. Who knows?
It's a good idea. It's a long way, but you can get there from here. But talk about the people in your life that have helped you and had your back.
Well, obviously my family is a big part of that. My mom, dad, brother, sister, and I also have a tight group of friends that help me along the way.
Well, you need all those to be successful these days. Congratulations on everything you're doing. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Michael Boffman from Mishawaka Marian High School. Matt Anella is with us from Adams High School. And Matt, you've got some plans too for college. Talk about what you're planning on studying.
I plan on studying psychology in college.
What do you mean by that? No, we already did that, didn't we? Hey, give us a little idea about what you're involved with here at Adams. You're on the basketball team, but I know you're also involved in a lot of other areas and a lot of activities.
Yeah, so I am in National Honor Society, and that is where we volunteer our time outside of school to help those in need.
That's a lot to take on. Talk about the area that you would like to study, not just finance, but what you want to study, but where you want to study. That's what I want to get to.
So I plan on going to Indiana University at Bloomington. That's my #1 choice.
Now that it's a football school?
We'll see.
It should be a lot of fun. Give us an idea who's on your team, who's had your back.
The coaching staff, for sure, they're very supportive. They always stress, you're a student before you're an athlete, and I really appreciate that mentality. And then my teammates, they're great. They're really supportive. I appreciate that.
And Christmas is coming, so you better mention Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I love my parents. They're very supportive. Love my family.
All right, well, congratulations on everything you're doing. Wish the best of luck down at IU and in your career. Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Matt Anella with us from Adams High School and Michael Boffman from Marian High School, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com. They'll show you how you can become a member today. We've got some halftime stats and highlights coming up in just a moment here on the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This edition of the 46th Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years. Halftime at Hadaway Shack on the east side of South Bend, and the Eagle puffy-chested as always because he's got a 25-21 lead over Marian. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray tonight. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, again, Adams got behind in this game as the JV did. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But Adams got behind because of turnovers, lack of rebounding, and they just couldn't get a shot. Now, when they ended up getting shots, they tightened it up in the second quarter. They ended up with 19 shots. Marian had 22. But the shooting percentage was terrific for Adams. As we'll see, they were 11 out of 19. And so when they run the offense, they get a shot, it's a quality offense, and they've just got to protect the basketball.
Well, let's show you how it got to be this way here at John Adams High School tonight. As Lynn King got things started off for Adams with a 3, and then they went inside to Braden Saxton, opened up a 5-0 lead. But Marian hung close in the first quarter, partly because they dominated the offensive glass. Here, Mitchell Menting gets their first basket of the game with an offensive rebound, and a little bit later, it would be Michael Boffman going inside to get the offensive rebound. Marian would wind up grabbing the lead in the first quarter. Then Adams would find a way to chisel back after making a bunch of turnovers. They got inside of that zone. Sidney Jeffries with a bucket in the bump right there. Big Jesse Morgan working inside. Declan Sullivan was very impressive. This freshman had 9 points to lead the way for Marian, but sometimes there were turnovers, and Sidney Jeffries and the Eagles were able to take advantage and build this 25-21 lead. Bob, will look at the numbers, and you mentioned the shooting percentages.
Yeah, Marian struggled at 41% in that first half, 58% for Adams. The turnovers, Adams had 10 turnovers in that first half, and that really hurt them, especially early in the ball game. And rebounding favored the Marian Knights. And tell you what, it was Marian 1 out of 9 from three-point range that really hurt their shooting percentage and their scoring opportunities.
And those 3 3-pointers for Adams really big because, well, that's what they average in shooting 3-pointers per game. They got that in a half, and it's one reason they're up by 4 at the intermission, 25-21. We were back with third quarter action from John Adams High School after this on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophies. They're nationally known and locally owned. Boy, before our varsity game tonight, we had an incredible JV game here at Hadaway Shack. Marian got up 23-0. Adams came back, forced overtime, and then that rebound bucket by Richard Brooks won it in the OT for Marian, 62-61. But what a gallant comeback by Adams in that game, down 23-0.
Really was, and they had chances to win the game too. They had some shots. But you talk about a good deal on a ticket tonight. You got to see that game, and you get to see this one. Terrific deal, high school sports. And Bo Hunt got a chance to see that JV game as well, and a great first half here. Bo, how about an update?
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Chad, and one of the adjustments he talked about that made a difference in that first half was just rebounding and boxing out. He said we were getting out-hustled to the boards, and we had to make a change, and we really got our bodies on people, made that adjustment. And he goes, second half, we got to do more of that. Get our body on people, can't give them second chance points, guys.
And twice in that second quarter, Bo, we saw Saxton be able to hustle down rebounds for Adams, and that helped make a difference there as well. So you take a look at Chad Johnston on the Adams bench. Has to be happy with that 4-point lead. Our third quarter brought to us by South Bend Orthopedics.
I want to mention we're really missing Jeff Hull here tonight. What a legend he was here at Adams High School, all his volunteer work and PA announcing and helping with any venue they needed. And we sure miss Jeff Hull. Want to salute him tonight. And here with the second half play-by-play is my partner, Chuck Freeby.
Marian in the blue with the basketball. Jerry Bracey to Kaleo Kakalia. And now Declan Sullivan. Let's see if Marian can start to find some ways to get the ball inside against this Adams defense. About the only way they've done it is with Bracey slashing, and he does it there again. Laying it in, he's now in double figures tonight with 10. And a steal by Marian. They can tie it up right here. Bracey left it for Sullivan for 2. So the two guards continue to sparkle here for Marian, and we're all tied up at 25.
11 turnovers now for Adams in the ball game.
Chuck Worsham on the outside. He's been quiet tonight. Ling King in the corner.
Good defense here by Boffman.
Columbus, though, has found the hot hand from three-point range. He is really foiling the scouting report of the Marian Knights, who said, let's make Adams shoot from the outside. Well, Columbus has welcomed the invitation. Quintez with 11 tonight. Bracey with a nice feed to Kakalia, but he couldn't put it home, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Adams.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is celebrating 60 years as the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. 60 years of serving the automotive, medical, aerospace, and military and defense industries. Go to iftworldwide.com for more information. Like the teams in tonight's game, they're working toward a great finish.
6:40 left in the third. Adams by 3 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to us in part by the Electrical Workers. Local 153, they're making our community brighter.
Doing a great job. Hey, the South Bend Community School Corporation offers specialized magnet programs at the high school level to help your child prepare for the workforce or for college. Each high school has a different focus, from the fine arts and AP capstone, computer science and engineering, medical sciences, and the International Baccalaureate program. Applications are available at sb.school, and the deadline is Sunday, December 15th.
Marian trailing by 3 here early third quarter. Declan Sullivan switches hands and bangs in and charges into Lynn King.
Well, he likes to create play driving down the lane, and he's gotten the call the other way a couple of times tonight.
Adams worked for about 10 minutes in their Wednesday practice on taking charges, and it pays dividends right there.
He could work at the mall this time of year.
Hey now.
They'll take your charge card.
Columbus with the right hand. Worsham tried to feed Saxton. Kakaleo was draped all over him. The third on Kaleo.
And that's a problem for Marian, because Kakaleo had to sit a lot during the first half, and he has not scored in the ball game, and he's one of those guys that's averaging in double figures.
Yeah, 13 a game, has not been able to produce any points tonight. Darian Thornton checks in to take his place. And we'll see if Adams tries to attack the 6'3" freshman inside. Columbus around a Saxton screen is short, but Jeffries gets the rebound. He's blocked. The rebound to Bracey, and he's fouled by Columbus. Second on Quintez Columbus.
Well, a strong effort there by Jeffries to get that rebound and go back up, but unsuccessful. Did get an offensive board out of the opportunity.
We told you you'd see some pretty good defense here tonight, and I think you have.
No question about it.
Both teams playing at a pretty good tempo, but the defense forcing a lot of turnovers and a lot of mistakes. Sullivan for 3, off the back iron. Bracey, a great battle for the rebound. Somehow kept his feet, couldn't get it to go. There's Thornton, and the freshman gets his first basket of the night. Darian Thornton, known as an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he used it to his benefit there. Saxton outside to King for 3. That's off the iron. Bracey and the Knights want to run. Menting all the way down, and he got the bucket and the bump. They'll call the block on Columbus. Mitchell Menting, who we saw a lot during football season as a defensive end for Mike Davids' team, just went on in and used the right hand to lay that one in off the glass.
Folks, one of our proud sponsors, Weaver Consultant Group, located in Granger, Indiana. I want to wish the Marian Knights good luck tonight. Check out Weaver Consulting Group on the web at wcgrp.com to see how they can identify solutions to help you achieve your business needs.
That was Mitchell Menting's first free throw of the year. He uses it to put Marian up by 2. Tavon Columbus in the game for the first time. He wears 32. King with a nice up and under move, got it to go. Lynn King lost 15 pounds in the offseason. A little leaner and a little more aggressive on the inside. He now has 5. We're tied at 30.
I love that adjustment he made too. He's been missing his long shots the last 3 or 4, so he took it inside and got the bucket.
Sullivan with the ball handling and went inside and traveled.
Good adjustments made by Adams on Sullivan's game coming out here in the second half. They've really found a way to limit what he can do. Turnover number 8.
Looks like they're sagging off of him a little bit more, not trying to be as aggressive against him. That time he wound up running into that big tree Saxton down low.
Menting's three-pointer kind of underlines the fact that Kekalea hadn't scored. They need people to pick that up. Only 2 points tonight as well for Boffman.
Boffman trying to guard Saxton right now down low. Saxton provides somewhat of a physical mismatch against anybody in this Marian lineup right now. That's why the zone really helps out Marian here. King got loose in the middle. Found Worsham outside. And Worsham lost it out of bounds.
Ooh.
Very close to a technical there. I think he's going to get a little warning here from Zach Sliwa.
And I think that's a great move by the official. That wasn't a protest of any call. That was just disappointed that he let go, he lost the ball. And so he slams this one down, but he's not yelling at the official. He just frustrated, and the official let it go. I think that was a good call. Good no call.
Yeah, you can't have him do it, but he's mad at himself. He's not mad at the official as we saw the other night. Bracy with a beautiful wraparound pass to Thornton for 2. Even when Jerry Bracy's not scoring, he's finding a way to create points, and Marian back in front.
When Bracy gets down low, they're overplaying on him a little bit. That left Thornton wide open. Heads up play.
You get the feeling in the NIC this year, you're going to see a lot of these kind of games that we've seen this week.
Real good chess match going on here between two good coaches.
Such quickness at the guard positions in this game. King into the middle. Fed Saxton, but he wasn't ready for it.
Turnover number 13 for Adams. Folks, it's a great time to be a Marian Knight. Marian offers 32 different dual credit classes in collaboration with local colleges and universities. Students earn college credits to begin their college careers, and parents save on the cost of college tuition. Find out more at marianhs.org.
Bracy with that spin move again. That's Sullivan for 3. 14 now for Declan Sullivan. Marian back on top by 5.
Well, you're talking about a guy shooting with some good rhythm right there.
Morgan, they want to see him get more assertive down there. King, Baughman defending him well. Now Jeffries found the big fella, and it's banked in by Morgan. He's got 4. He had 5 in the opener against Plymouth. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Bracy with a rare walk-up tonight. And a timeout called by Rob Berger. 1:51 to go in the third. Timeout sponsored by Christensen Furniture. Marian by 3 on 46. Brought to you by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nagel, Bo Hunt back at Hadaway Shack. Marian on top of John Adams by 3.
Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future, whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business. Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity lender.
Both these teams 1-0 in NIC play. Marian beat New Prairie on Tuesday night. Adams beat Elkhart Central. Adams has to turn around and play Riley in a non-conference matchup here on Tuesday. They'll play the conference game in February. We'll be at the Cat House for that one.
Great competition. We got a chance to see that game last year when they wore the South Bend Central uniforms in that game.
Then Marian plays Riley next Friday night. Pass down low. Menting was able to control it. Jeffries wanted the steal, didn't get it. That gives Bracy room, but a beautiful defensive play by Morgan. Bracy gets it back. Morgan stops that shot as well.
The big body.
The Space Eater doing his job down low. Columbus had it taken away by Sullivan. Sullivan in motion, rushed that one a little too much, so did Menting, and then Saxton got bumped from behind. It's on Thornton, and that's the third on the freshman.
See the difference between being in rhythm and trying to force a shot. Sullivan a little quick on that jumper.
Here's that 1-3-1 zone by Marian. They bring traps. Chad Johnston worked with his team on this. Lynn King battling, gets the ball to Jeffries, and he's fouled by Baughman.
Great
Adams
work.
will go to the line with free throws sponsored by First Source Bank.
Great work inside there by Adams being patient. Lynn King being strong. Folks, get back in the game with South Bend Orthopedics, team physicians for the University of Notre Dame since 1947.
Sydney Jeffries now 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Those are the only free throws that Adams has attempted in this game. Tavon Columbus wanted to come in for Jesse Morgan and will right here.
Jesse Morgan gave him some good minutes in there, first half and here.
Jeffries, receiver on the football team. Excellent touch around the basket, has 7 points tonight. It's a 2-point ball game. Nearly a steal there by Jeffries. King tips it. And it's stolen away by Columbus. Columbus drops it for King. Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the foul line.
Sullivan actually had a hand on one of the dribble steps there on the way down the floor. Almost had a steal and went right back to Adams.
You get another look on the SBO replay. You saw the Sullivan play there. And then the foul called against Marian. And it'll send Lynn King to the line. 50% foul shooter on the year. And he rattles home the first. He has 6 points tonight. The free throw sponsored by First Source Bank, as you see Chad Johnston on the sidelines. Played for Tom DeBates and Mike Lightfoot. That's not a bad pedigree.
Not bad at all.
King, the junior, missed it, but somebody stepped into the line anyway for Adams, and so Marian will have the ball up by 1.
You mentioned Chad Johnston's coach. How about Rob Berger's coach, his dad?
Bob in the stands tonight. Steal and stolen back by Sullivan. And he gets the layup, 16 for the freshman. King has it stolen away by Bracey.
15 turnovers now for Adams.
Sullivan trying to light it up, but does. Jeffries at the other end. Blocking foul. No charge on Jeffries. Daglin Sullivan has been feeling it tonight. And here's the latest shot that he just drilled, that 3 to give him 19.
Nice high arc on that shot, too.
Everybody on the Marian bench knew it as soon as it left his hand, didn't they? Menting inbounds to Bracey. Double team, Columbus feeds Tavon Columbus, but he couldn't get the layup. And a scintillating end of the third quarter finds Marian leading by 6 as we go to the fourth. The emotions pouring out tonight at Hadaway Shack in this NIC contest. Marian leads Adams 40-34 on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life for us. Bo Hunt with sideline reports. They're brought to us by Bill's Heating. Bo?
I think we all thought and knew that this was going to be a very defensive battle, and that was with the low scoring. That last minute and a half, what kind of excitement we have offensively. I think one of the biggest thing is the pressure that Marian's putting on with their guards on the defensive side, really causing turnovers, getting shots, and getting the inside. Bracey, the biggest thing with him too is his ability not just to drive and to shoot the ball, but his ability to run this offense, control it, make the passes, and really dish off. Guys?
Bob, the Marian defense a little bit like the Brickyard. There's somebody always in the passing lane.
They certainly are. I tell you what, you look at the numbers at the end of the third quarter. Adams had 7 shots in the third quarter. Marian had 14, so it continues as it did in the first half. If Adams can get a shot, they're very effective. Still shooting over 50%. Marian up to about 46% now. 19 turnovers now for Adams. Is that the count? I've got him at 17.
17. Still a lot.
Yeah, and that's really an unforced turnover there. Marian got the tip and got the loose ball, but boy, Adams just got to protect the ball better.
Here's Baughman trying to drive. Now Bracy dumps it down. Kakaleo lost it out of bounds, but it was knocked out by Worsham.
I'd like to thank Bruno's Pizza. They provided dinner for our production crew tonight. The team at Bruno's wishes the athletes in tonight's game all the best of luck. Bruno's, a tradition of 7 different locations here in northern Indiana.
And a 5-second violation called on Marian. That felt a little distasteful for the veteran Rob Berger.
Pizza was fine, but that was distasteful. Pizza was great, actually.
Down
Nice.
low to Saxton, he missed the layup. And the rebound comes to Menting. Boy, Adams is going to look back at pieces of this video tonight and just see what might have been if they don't pull this one out. Sullivan to Kakalea underneath for 2, his first basket of the night.
They went to him twice in a row. I got a feeling Rob Berger said something during that last break about getting him the ball.
King with the layup off the feed from Columbus.
When Adams makes the extra pass, they're getting a wide open look. And again, they haven't made some of them, but that one finished nicely.
Bracy looks like he's on skates out there sometimes.
Looked like Bambi on the ice.
Menting finds Kakalea. He saved it. Bracy goes past Saxton and draws the foul. Second on Braden Saxton. Well, this Marian defense tonight has been superb. And in the last 2 seasons, when they can hold an opponent to 50 or less, they're a mere 17-0. So this plays right into their hands.
Pretty good record.
Jerry Bracy at the foul line hits the first. He's an 60% foul shooter. 11 points for Jerry tonight. Couldn't get that one to go. Saxton hustles down to Curran. Worsham driving, lays it softly off the glass. Columbus missed the tip. Adams is getting a lot of shots from point blank range and cannot get them to drop. Bracy found a seam in that defense and traveled.
Good defense again by Adams. That's turnover number 10 on Marian. Folks, you want to be part of something greater than yourself and become globally minded and a critical thinker? Apply by December 15th for the esteemed International Baccalaureate Magnet Program at John Adams High School by visiting adams.sb.school.
That's Sunday. You want to get that application in here over the weekend. Lob, beautiful catch by Jeffries, but he was too far behind the basket to do anything with it. Worsham thought about the 3.
Got to find Columbus for that 3.
There he is. There's the 3. There's the bucket. Good call. Fuentes with 14. We're back to a 4-point game. Again, it's all about ball movement. Here's Bracy. Dropping it off for Kakalea for 2. And a timeout called by Rob Berger. It's sponsored by Christensen Furniture. 4:54 to go. Adams trying to stay close thanks to the 3-point shooting of Fuentes Columbus, but they still trail by 6 on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV46 for 30 years.
St. Andrews Products has joined our team with the finest in promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and apparel. Give them a call at 800-628-9922 or visit their email site at sales@standrewscorp.com. Your expectations become our standards, and our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
6-point lead for Marian with 4:45 and counting to go in regulation. Chuck Worsham handles the ball and Holding foul here. Was it on Sullivan? I believe so.
I think it was. He almost got out of there with the steal.
And a warning given to Chad Johnston on the Adams bench. I think mainly because he's been asking for that call to be made throughout the night.
Got to stay in that coach's box a little bit better. Spends a lot of time with his feet on the floor. Maybe he wants to go in.
Well, I'm sure he does at this point. Columbus over Bracey. Not that time, but Saxton's there for the tip. Braden Saxton with 8 points. Back to a 4-point game and full court pressure being applied by Adams.
Another offensive board for the Eagles.
Sullivan on the dribble. Sullivan and Bracey, that's a pretty dynamic backcourt this year for Marian.
Chad Johnson wanted a 5-second call there.
Boston tried to go baseline. Jeffries called for the foul against Kakalia. That's not a bad foul necessarily.
Nope. Folks, Christensen's Furniture is a local family-owned business serving Michiana since 1912. If you're looking for the perfect furniture for your home, Christensen's Furniture has everything you need for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, home office, home theater, and more. Christensen's Furniture, where affordability meets style.
Sullivan. Now Baughman for 3. Michael Baughman's first 3 of the night, his 4th of the season. Back to a 7-point lead.
Could have added a Larry King call there. Hello.
Bracey to Sullivan. And goaltending called against Columbus. You'll see it on the SBO replay. The ball goes off the glass and then Columbus makes contact. Timeout taken by John Adams. It's sponsored by the South Bend Community School Corporation.
I want to tell you folks about Imagineering Finishing Technologies. For 60 years, Imagineering Finishing Technologies has been the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. They set the standard for industries including automotive, medical, aerospace, and military and defense. Go to iftworldwide.com for more info. IFT has earned national accreditation and worldwide respect. Like the teams in tonight's game, they're working toward a great finish, and they're hoping that the Adams Eagles get a win. Jim Hammer from Imagineering is an Adams graduate.
This week we focused on the NIC. Next week it's the Northern Lakes Conference opener as Plymouth goes down to the Panther Pit. Takes on a Northwood team that knocked off Westview last night. We'll have it for you Friday night 11, Saturday morning at 9, and live on YouTube and Facebook on TV 46. That is Daglin Sullivan, the freshman, who has 21 points tonight, a career high. Of course, his career is all of 3 games right now.
Had a couple of good mentors in his family, and his dad that helped him develop his game, but watching his brother and sisters play had been really special for him.
A 9-point Marian lead. Braden Saxton cuts into it. As he goes down the lane, he's in double figures tonight with 10.
Nice pass on the overplay defensively by Marian.
Now it's up to the Marian guards to control the last 3 minutes of this game. Sullivan for 3. And the rebound to Columbus. Jeffries at the other end works around Menting and draws contact. He'll go to the line. Bob, my opinion, bad plays on both ends for Marian. That was a 3 Marian didn't need to take and a foul Menting didn't need to make.
Boy, and the rebounding is evened up too. Marian with just 1 rebound advantage. Adams still leading big time in the turnover category, and now a missed free throw by Jeffries.
He's 1 for 4 at the stripe tonight. The free throw sponsored by First Source Bank. They get 1 for 5, but Columbus gets the rebound bucket. He's got 16. Double team. And knocked out of bounds by Sullivan. It's Adams' ball.
The South Bend Community School Corporation offers specialized magnet programs at the high school level to help your child prepare for the workforce or for college. Each high school has a different focus, from the fine arts and AP capstone, computer science and engineering, medical science, and the International Baccalaureate program. Applications available at sb.school, and the deadline is Sunday, December 15th.
Columbus trying to make something happen from the wing. It's a three-point game. Fuentes with 18. Chad Johnston wants more pressure. Bracy on the dribble. Bracy bowling through people, and a foul called. I think they're going to call it on Sidney Jeffries. That's only the 6th. No free throws yet.
Yeah, Jeffries had to move a little bit to tighten the gap there, and Bracy had some momentum, able to get through there, but boy, there was some contact there.
50-47 in favor of Marian. Bracy on the dribble. Bracy into the lane, knocked away by Saxton. They'll call the foul on Braden Saxton. It'll send Jerry Bracy to the line for 2.
They almost got him stopped. But again, the official on the far side has a real good view of this. And right there, he came running in and made the call. Heads up play by the officials here tonight.
Bracy now with 12 points. If you look at Rob Berger, 301 career wins. One of 4 coaches in the NIC with more than 300 victories. Bracy hits them both. Back to a 5-point Marian lead as we approach the 2-minute mark in regulation. Saxton inside, found the open man. That's King for 2, and a timeout called by Chad Johnston. It's sponsored by the South Bend Community School Corporation.
That's good basketball. Excellent passing, unselfish basketball inside there.
Watch it again on the SBO replay, and you'll see what Bob is talking about here. That one extra pass found the wide open man.
Folks, one of our proud sponsors tonight, Weaver Consultants Group, located in Granger, Indiana. They want to wish the Marian Knights good luck tonight. Check out Weaver Consultants Group. They're on the web at wcgrp.com to see how they can identify solutions to help you achieve your business needs.
Well, I mentioned the fact that Rob Berger, one of 4 coaches in the NIC with more than 300 wins. There you see him, Al Rhodes, high above everybody else, but Gordon Mawson at Argus, Mark Johnson at St. Joe, Ron Klimsky at Mishawaka, Tom Wells now back into coaching over at Michigan City, and Rob with number 301 on Tuesday night against New Prairie. I can't think of any other conference in the state, Bob, that has 4 coaches with that many wins.
There are a couple that have maybe 1 or 2 with more wins, but boy, that's a consistent level of high play.
3-point lead for Marian. Less than 2 minutes left. Bracy goes behind his back, but had it stolen away by Worsham. King on the inside. No basket. He was fouled on the floor by Baughman. And he'll have to go to the line for 1 in the bonus, sponsored by First Source Bank. You'll see it on the SBO replay.
Goes strong to the basket. Baughman reaches over.
Yeah, he was definitely bumped hard before he actually went up for the shot.
Well, the way Adams has shot free throws tonight, probably not a bad foul, but we'll see.
King is 1 of 1 at the stripe tonight. Deep breath by the junior. And he missed it. Saxton tipped it high. King controls it. A 3 will tie it for Adams, but they've got plenty of time.
Another big offensive board for the Eagles.
Columbus to Worsham. Worsham with a step back. Finds Saxton. Chad Johnston wants Columbus with the ball in his hands. Here's why. 15-footer is Pirro. He's got 21-point game.
Might have got away with a little bit of a push out there, but not bad.
Menting to Kakalia. Baughman. Sullivan under a minute. Crowd in a frenzy. Poked away by Worsham. Jeffries at the other end. Adams leads. Timeout, Marian.
Well, we're always looking for an electrifying play of the game. That could be it right there. What a great play. They got Sullivan to give up the ball and went down and scored at the other end. Folks, it's a great time to be a Marian Knight. Marian offers 32 different dual credit classes in collaboration with local colleges and universities. Students earn college credits to begin their college careers, and parents save on the cost of college tuition. Find out more at marianhs.org.
That's the latest basket in a 10-2 run by Adams to take a 1-point lead with 46 seconds left. Principal Jim Seitz holding the students back with 46 seconds left. By the way, the timeout sponsored by Christensen Furniture. Bo Hunt, you're down there on the sidelines. It's loud in Hanaway Shack tonight. But if you're Rob Berger, what do you want your team to do right here?
I think the biggest thing is just be patient. There's still plenty of time out there. Just be patient and, work for the shot. It doesn't have to be a quick three. It doesn't have to be something where they force it. Get the hands on the ball of Bracey. Let him drive, maybe dish off. And I think that's kind of what they're going to be looking for, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think in the last 2:21, they've pressed it a little bit.
I think Adams is going to be looking for Sullivan to shoot the three and Bracey to penetrate. Might be a good time for Kakalea to get on the board again.
Kakalea gets the pass and stepped on the sideline. And so now Chad Johnston's team has to exercise some discipline here, up by 1 with 44 seconds left. Worsham will trigger the inbound to Columbus, and he's fouled by Kakalea. The fourth on Kaleo. Quintez Columbus is a 75% free throw shooter. He'll take free throws sponsored by First Source Bank.
I was just looking at my sheet. Jeffries on the night is 1 out of 5 from the line. Might have been the guy to foul, but of course, Chad Johnston's not going to let him touch the ball.
Quintez Columbus, the 5'10 junior. Oh, that free throw was like a vitamin. It had a lot of iron in it.
It was in all the way, partner. Boy, Jeffries had Columbus rather. Terrific game. Great player.
21 matches his season high. He's got 22 now. A 3-point lead. Well, we know Marian's got some 3-point shooters out there, and the best of them is number 1. But don't forget Bachman in the corner, 23.
And he hit his last shot.
Bracey has been known to take an occasional 3, but he is fouled here. No, a double dribble.
Rob Berger shaking his head saying, yes, that's the right call.
You can make your own call as you look at the SBO replay here quickly. And yes, he hit it with both hands before it hit the ground. Back to live action. Columbus trying to drain clock. Marian has to foul, and they do. No, a timeout called by Chad Johnston. It'll be a full timeout sponsored by the South Bend Community School Corporation.
They got it down to 18 seconds, and again, if you're going to foul somebody, if you're the Marian Knights, you're probably looking to get Jeffries at the free throw line. It's a 30-second timeout called. Chad Johnston checking to see where the ball is going to be inbounded. You got to believe Marian's going to try to foul right away. You control your own destiny a little bit better if you put them at the free throw line. But boy, this Adams team tonight, JV came all the way back from 23 down to lead, and the varsity has come back, trailing in the second half for most of the game.
Trailing by 7 with 3:07 left. And this is the first time coming into this game that Adams has held its first 3 opponents below 55 since Pat King was coaching here in 2007. Well, they've held Marian to 52 tonight, and that might be enough.
It could be.
So a wonderful defensive effort by Adams kept them in the game till they could get their offense figured out. Forcing some turnovers late. Now, can they seal the deal? Columbus had it go off his foot and out of bounds. It's Marian's ball with 17 and a half left.
Just what the Knights needed.
The inbounds will come to Jerry Bracey. Marian needing a three. Will it be Sullivan, Bracey, or Boffman?
Or do you foul him now and let him shoot 2 free throws?
Boffman, Menting for three. No good. Kakalia tips it in with 1.6 left. Had no choice, was hoping he could get a foul called on an over the back, but it didn't happen. You'll get another look here from SBO. It was a good look by Menting.
It wasn't a bad look, and he was frustrated because the three-point shooters were covered well by Adams' defense. Kakalea now with 6 points.
And really close to having Saxton go over the back and get the N1 call there. So now Marian needs a steal. 1.3 on the clock. Adams by 1 in a honey of a game here at the Shack.
Put it in the classic rack. We'll have it on again. Great to be at Hadaway Shack. What a wonderful venue for the high school kids. The South Bend Central Bears played here a lot of their years.
Adams trying to go to 4-0 on the year and stay unbeaten in the NIC. Jeffries to Trigger. Throws it down the floor. It's tipped. Saxton lays it up and in. The basket counts. And Adams has beaten Marian 57-54.
Great play by Adams because they threw it long. Even if Marian had stolen the ball, it was going to be at the other end of the floor. Heads up coaching call by Chad Johnston.
What a celebration here at the Shack. 57-54 the final. We're back with our post-game festivities after this on 46.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
Crowd still buzzing here at Hadaway Shack, or should we say Had 'em all the way Shack tonight. I don't think too many Adams fans felt that way when they trailed by 7 with 3 minutes left, but the Eagles come back to win it 57-54. Chuck and Bob high above the fray. What an entertaining ball game tonight.
What a great night. The JV game goes overtime. Marian gets a rebound basket to win that. Tonight, Marian leads for most of the game and had good stats going. Only 5 shots in the fourth quarter. Adams had 12, and they made 9 of them. So I tell you what, it really turned things around in that fourth quarter, of course. I think Marian needs 1 or 2 more guys to give them some help in that backcourt. But I tell you what, a lot of heroes on both sides tonight, but certainly a big hero for the Adams Eagles.
Only one gets to talk with Bo Hunt, and if you have a season high in points like Quintez Columbus, you're our IU South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game.
Standing by with our player of the game, Quintez Columbus. First off, 22 points tonight. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
You guys late in the game, less than 2 minutes ago, you guys are down by 7. What changed at that point when you guys started making that run?
We just had to get the momentum back. They took it away from us for a minute, but we just had to get it back and keep going.
This NIC conference is such a tough conference. How important was this win tonight?
Big, because our main goal is just win 1 game at a time and win the NIC. That's our main focus, but right now we're going to take it day by day.
You guys are a young team, a lot of juniors out here. How much experience did you guys get last year and make that transition into this year? Was that a big difference?
It was a big difference. Well, a couple of us played last year, but not everybody. So we just had to get everybody going, get them in the game speed, just let them know, be ready to go when it's their time.
Quintez, congratulations on being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Big turnaround in the fourth quarter of this game tonight, Bob, and the bucket that wound up putting Adams ahead is our Electrical Workers Electrifying Play of the Game, sponsored by Local 153. set up by the defense of Adams.
And the Adams defense did step up again, good all night long as they held Marian under 60. There's the knockdown, and then they got a nice pass down the floor, finished strong at the basket, and I tell you what, they made some plays on both sides of the ball, and what a great atmosphere tonight for high school basketball. I want to thank Jim Seitz, the principal here at John Adams High School, and Bob Tull, the athletic director. It just was a wonderful night for high school basketball.
Chuck Worsham with the poke away, Sidney Jeffries with the finish. Adams wins at 57-54. They're 4-0, and they play city rival Riley on Tuesday night in one of two games they'll play against the Cats this year, a non-conference game. Marian will get a crack at Riley next Friday night. Keep an eye on Rob Berger's team. They're young. They let one slip away tonight. I don't think they're going to let too many slip away during the season. That's going to do it for our coverage of high school basketball on this Friday night. Our thanks to our TV46 crew, led by our producer, Dean Korsmo tonight. The bubbly one, Tony Beltran, pushing the buttons in the truck, and our usual cast. And then good to have David Persinski back with us tonight. A reminder, we've got college basketball on the radio on Sunday afternoon when the Purdue Boilermakers take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's on 103.1 FM. And then next Friday night we go into the Northern Lakes Conference as we've got the Plymouth Pilgrims taking on the Northwood Panthers from the Panther Pit. We do hope you'll join us then. And for more coverage, follow 46 Sports on Twitter. Now for the broadcast partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Adams 57, Marian 54. So long from South Bend.